This week on Block Drops, Custodia Bank's Tokenized FX operation, the Ethereum Pectra Upgrade, Coinbase Protocol x402, and much more. I'm your host, Mauricio Magaldi, and this is Block Drops, your weekly digest on blockchain for business. These news are not a form of endorsement, sponsorship, or encouragement for consumption, and are meant for educational purposes only. Back in March, we reported on a piece of news from Custodia Bank, who then announced their partnership with Vantage Bank's platform, where Custodia would support all the on-chain tokenized deposits operations, and Vantage Bank would be the front bank for that offering. And this week they announced a new working model with DX Express, which is a Vantage Bank client, in which they are operating cross-border delivery versus payment, or DVP as it's commonly known in the industry, using Custodia Bank's tokenized deposit platform on the back. And they are operating this for a very particular trade finance use case, which is the payments for drivers, delivery drivers. It is my personal experience working with some of that industry that sometimes when delivery drivers carrying goods or raw materials for factories, they deliver the goods, they get a paper voucher that then they can cash out. It could be a check, it could be a payment order, it could be as simple as an ID of a transaction that's been posted to their account. And that payment usually takes weeks, days, sometimes weeks. And obviously this is detrimental to the drivers because this is a very low margin type of profession. And sometimes they are independent, although they are unionized. Most of the time they are independent drivers. Therefore, they use that as a future receivable to actually go and take a loan. And that is obviously punitive to their P&L, to their income. So according to the announcement, this is resolved in hours. So according to Antonio Bazan, who's the president and CEO of DX Express, he says, and I quote, "We see the capability to offer integrated programmable US dollar payments through our platform to speed up cash conversion cycles, allowing for payments to be initiated via a smart contract at delivery, and ultimately paying drivers for a complete route within the hour," end quote. This is money in movement. Like, cash flow is important for a reason. And because this tokenized deposit solution enables these drivers to be paid in hours rather than in days or weeks, the entire supply chain becomes more economically efficient, and obviously you have a much better results in terms of income and P&L for the drivers in this particular sector. This week saw the latest upgrade in the Ethereum Layer 1 blockchain. The name of this upgrade is Pectra, and Pectra delivered a hefty list of EIPs, the Ethereum Improvement Proposals. I'll comment on a few of them, but I'll try and break down why I think these are important for builders, validators, and users in general. The first one that caught my attention was the increase of the maximum effective balance for validators. It goes from 32 ETH to 2048 ETH, meaning that now you don't need to spin up validators when you reach 32 ETH, and you can actually have the block reward sitting on the same validator if it exceeds 32 ETH. So it adds up to 2048 ETH. So this will probably have impact in the restaking sector, and will probably be something that we'll see impacting the overall tokenomics of layer 2s potentially. It also added the EIP 7702, which is an EOA account code EIP. EOA stands for externally owned accounts, and this EIP allows those accounts which are wallet addresses, to temporarily execute smart contract code which means that smart wallets, which have been initially enabled by the account abstraction implementation a few upgrades ago, can now absolutely be automated and act like a smart contract. So smart wallets, wallet providers in general will greatly benefit from it. And this will lead to overall better user experience in general. There's also an adjustment to the blob limits, which enable better layer 2 solutions and other types of data availability solutions as well, because this deals with on-chain memory. And there's all sorts of other minor technical upgrades that overall seem to take Ethereum into a more stable direction. In my opinion, developers will see this firsthand, the benefits, because there are many things here that speaks to contract deployment and also roll-ups and access to historical data, and obviously the smart wallets. Validators absolutely will benefit from it because it allows a more efficient management of the ETH at stake. And there are other EIPs as well that allows better efficiency in handling the validators. And for regular users, obviously improved economics, lower fees, better user experience when dealing with wallets in general. Major milestone by the Ethereum community. If you talk to the people who were involved in the early implementation of the internet protocols such as TCP/IP and HTTP, they will tell you that one of the things they could not resolve at the time was how to integrate payments at the protocol level. They didn't integrate, but they did determine standards such as 402, HTTP 402, which lay dormant for many decades, since 92, if I'm not mistaken. And this week, Coinbase launched x402, which is an implementation for that particular payment protocol that allows stablecoins payments over HTTP. You're not hearing this wrong. It is a HTTP protocol implementation that integrates with stablecoin payments. And it's especially interesting because when using the protocol, there is an instruction or a response that you can implement, which is 402 payment requirement. And upon that, services that integrate with stablecoin payments can actually trigger the necessary payments or micropayments, because now you can. Now there is a payments infrastructure that can respond to automation and programmability. Yes, it's blockchain. So Coinbase usually think about it as this massive exchange, but they offer quite a few SDKs or software development kits for their enterprise customers, and this is one of the offerings they're adding to that portfolio. And they have massive launch partners like AWS, Anthropic, Circle, and Near. And this is particularly interesting, and the reason why Anthropic is in that list is because AI agents can now actually interact with protocol and actually trigger stablecoin payments in lieu of that response. So it is an interesting movement because servers and browsers can interpret 402 HTTP responses and status codes, and then decide what to do with that depending on how the rest of the configuration is. So the 402 is already available. It's also, of course, available as a managed service by Coinbase. It's the Coinbase x402 facilitator, and it will probably be something that we'll start seeing more and more. And I'm pretty sure that this is something that will facilitate a lot of the user experience, because we've been talking about how deficient the Web3 user experience is, but by fixing protocols, you can actually improve a lot of the overall app layer. I just can't wait to see what builders will build when they don't have to worry about it. And in a week packed full of news, here's more. Citi plans to tokenize private company equities on SIX digital exchange. Lido has a governance model proposal that will give voting rights to stETH holders. Coinbase acquired Deribit in what can be the biggest acquisition in crypto history, $2.9 billion. Stripe launched stablecoin in over 100 countries with their new offer, financial accounts, and yes, banks should be worried about it. Ramp will offer stablecoin cards for cross-border transactions. Superstate announced an on-chain equities platform called Opening Bell. Visa announced a strategic investment in stablecoin sandwich operator BVNK. And 5 insiders reported that Meta is exploring stablecoins. Also, Women in Blockchain research is live for the FGV PhD student Vanessa Martins dos Santos. If you're a woman and you're in blockchain, by all means, contribute to her research. Catch us online. We're on Instagram at blockdropspodcast, on Twitter at blockdropspod or 0x Mauricio. We're on Lens at blockdrops.lens. We have a newsletter on LinkedIn. Write to us at blockdropspodcast@gmail.com, and you can listen to the Blockdrops podcast at Spotify, iColab, Faberbun Tech, and all of the other major streaming platforms. Yay! Shoutouts today to the people who share the links you will find in the episode notes: Caitlin Long, Simon Taylor, Pat Barisha, Renan Ramos, Brian De Souza, Jason Janowitz, Vanessa Martins dos Santos, and Chris Harms. Don't forget to leave the ratings on your favorite player, and check out the store at blockdropspodcast.xyz. This is all for today. Stay rare, stay weird, LFJ.